It's 2 a.m. You should be sleeping, but instead, your brain is replaying a conversation from 3 years ago, analyzing every word, every pause, every reaction. Or maybe you're planning for something that probably won't even happen, running through every possible scenario, every worst case, over and over and over. You're not doing this on purpose. You're not choosing to stay awake. Your brain just won't stop. And once you understand why, you'll finally know how to stop it. Most people who overthink believe something is wrong with them, that they're too sensitive, too anxious, too weak. But overthinking is not a character trait. It's a brain pattern, and brain patterns can change. Overthinking happens when your brain gets stuck in a loop called rumination. Rumination means going over the same thoughts again and again without reaching any new conclusion. Your brain thinks it's solving a problem, but it's actually just spinning in circles. Here's what makes it so hard to stop. Rumination feels like thinking. It feels active. It feels like progress. Like if you just go over it one more time, you'll finally understand. You'll finally find the answer. You'll finally feel okay. But you never do, because rumination doesn't move forward. It just circles back to the beginning. Every time. That's the cruel trick of overthinking. It feels like you're doing something useful, but you never reach a conclusion because rumination doesn't solve problems. It just creates more anxiety. Your brain has one primary function: keep you safe. And to keep you safe, it needs to predict the future. So it runs simulations over and over. What if this happens? What if that happens? What did that person mean? This was incredibly useful thousands of years ago. Thinking through dangers helped humans survive. If you heard a strange sound in the forest, your brain ran every possible scenario. Is it a predator? Should I run? Should I hide? That simulation kept you alive. The problem is, your brain cannot tell the difference between a real threat and a social situation. A difficult conversation, a mistake you made, an uncertain situation. Your brain treats all of these like potential threats, and it keeps thinking because thinking feels like control. If I can just figure this out, I'll be safe. But here's the truth. Most of what you overthink never actually happens. And the things that do happen, you handle them in the moment, not by thinking about them at 2 a.m. The thinking doesn't protect you. It just exhausts you. You replay conversations long after they're over, looking for what you should have said differently. You struggle to make decisions, even small ones, because you keep weighing every option. You apologize constantly, even when you did nothing wrong. You assume the worst. A late reply means they're angry. Silence means something is wrong. You can't be present, even in good moments. Your mind is somewhere else, already planning, already worrying, already replaying. You feel mentally exhausted, not from doing things, but from thinking about them. The worst advice for overthinking is Just stop thinking about it, because that's not how your brain works. You cannot force your mind to be quiet, but you can redirect it. Tool 1. The 5-minute rule. Give yourself exactly 5 minutes to overthink. Set a timer. Think about it as much as you want. When the timer goes off, you're done. This works because it gives your brain permission and a boundary. Your brain doesn't need to be silenced, it needs to be heard and then redirected. Tool 2. Write it down. When thoughts stay in your head, they feel endless, infinite, impossible to escape. When you write them down, they become finite. You can see them, examine them, question them, and often let them go. Just 5 minutes of writing before bed can completely change your sleep. Tool 3. Ask one question. When you catch yourself overthinking, ask, is this something I can do something about right now? If yes, do it. Even one small action. If no, your brain has no business thinking about it right now. Redirect it somewhere useful. Tool 4. Move your body. Overthinking lives in your head. It needs you to stay still. Movement breaks the loop. Even a 10-minute walk can interrupt the rumination cycle completely. Your body and your mind are connected, and movement is the fastest way to change your mental state. Tool 5. Notice without judging. When you catch yourself overthinking, don't fight it. Don't get frustrated. Just notice it. There I go again. That simple act of observation creates distance between you and the thought. The moment you observe a thought, you are no longer inside it. And that small distance is where freedom begins.
My brain overthinks out of care and protection, not malice.
Your brain overthinks because it cares about you. It's trying to protect you from pain, from failure, from rejection, from getting it wrong. It's doing its best with the tools it has. But protection becomes a prison when it never turns off, when the simulation never ends, when the loop never breaks. You don't need to silence your mind. You need to teach it that you are safe, that you can handle whatever comes, that not everything needs to be solved tonight, that some things are allowed to remain uncertain, and you will be okay. Your mind is not your enemy. It's just trying to help. And now, you can help it back. If this video helped you feel a little less alone in your thoughts, subscribe, because next week, we go even deeper.